Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Colloquian interview. This time we are interviewing the winners of the PPE elections. Congratulations, Abhra and Joshua. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Feeling good.
Yeah. That's good. That's amazing. So we're gonna ask a couple questions. You guys already know the drill. So my first question is, how do you feel about the 2 week campaign period for the PPE presidential elections? And what was the most substantive criticism or challenge you received regarding your manifesto? And what did it lead you to reconsider or modify any of your proposals?
Okay, so as for the 2 week campaign period, I thought it was okay. I think it would have been better if it was a little bit longer. It started March 11th, I believe. I think it would have been better if it started a little bit earlier because we all knew who the candidates were. Or we thought we did. There was some last minute entrant. But we wanted a longer period, I think would have been better for all sides to campaign a little bit harder. But overall, I think it was okay for that.
I mean, yeah, I really like personally, like we really liked the content that we put up. Obviously, we could have done more if we had more time, and I hopefully that's something that improves on next year. And also about our manifesto and about the complaints or feedback that we've received. Even in the debate, we had a lot of people who told, like, Raphael, Sawyer, Liz, and Sophie. They did point out a lot of things were unrealistic. For most of it, we don't believe that's the case. We have lofty ambitions, but we want to achieve them. Uh, but yeah, it's always great to have like a different point of view in understanding.
Yeah, there was one criticism that our manifesto wasn't very concise. I think we were pretty clear with most of
Yeah.
it, but a few things like how exactly the club council would be organized. I agree we needed to elaborate on that more, and we have since then. We've got a new manifesto for the club council, how that's
Yeah.
going to work, how we want to slightly reform how clubs are run a little bit,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
Okay, that's great. First of all, you guys did great in the debate.
Thank
That
you.
was
Thank
a
you.
very good debate. You can watch the rest of it on the Kerlovian YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys were very adamant in the debate that it was the first year's turn to take the mantle of PPE presidency and that new brains were needed. Now that you won, what concrete advantages does this bring in terms of governance and continuity, given that you will also have the least institutional experience within the society?
I mean, yeah, first and foremost, I believe it's almost like a rite of passage for, like, in any sort of, university student body, that the first years come in, the every single cohort is different and is unique and has different like specializations. Mind you, Liz and Sophie were also first year students when we came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. Also about the fact that, about sort of improving upon and getting like new opinions and stuff. I believe that we brought a lot of new things to the table that, weren't really previously thought of, or even if thought of, like, let's say the feedback boxes, they weren't really didn't really have the chance to implement. So we want to really revisit some stuff that haven't been implemented. We want to create continuity. We also want to create new stuff, right?
Yeah, as first years, we're here because we have new and different ideas. We want to shake things up a little bit,
Yep.
but we also we don't want to just ruin and change everything. There's a lot of great stuff like the coffee and chat. We want to keep some form of that going on. We want to have some second years and maybe even third years as part of our new administration team. So just because we're first years, we have new ideas because of that, but that doesn't mean we're going to change everything. Obviously.
Yep, and we want to, like, as we mentioned in a manifesto and in our debate, want to run things like a well-oiled machine, and there's structure, and structure needs to be followed, and there's new positions. We want to include more people. We want to include people's opinions. We want people to vote for certain things. So all of this stuff we hopefully will bring forward
Yeah.
as our time goes on.
Great. Of course, you guys are going through a transitional period right now. People shouldn't expect to see changes in a week. But what is the first institutional reform you will implement once you take office, and how quickly can students see it in operation?
Right. We met with Dr. Brown just earlier today, um, and we had this discussion. We want to create a new role that will, along with the club council, that will help organize clubs and help ensure clubs get the resources they need, not just from us, because the thing is, we already have, I think, 4 or 5 new clubs that are going to be opening and starting within just this month or the next. It depends on, 2 of them are just in discussion right now, but we're going to have a lot more clubs. So we're creating a new role. It's going to be, we're not sure on the name, but what we got so far is organizational officer, maybe it might change to secretary or something like that. We'll figure
Yeah,
that out. But
the name
that's
is under review. Yeah.
yeah, creating that position and the club council guidelines along with it is our top priority. And then pretty soon we're going to open up voting on events, getting an idea of what people want to see. Because like we said, we're going to let students have a say in how things are run. So we are going to let y'all vote on which events you want to see first.
And also, although it is a part of the Constitution, be it like the previous administration, they did not officially have a treasurer. We plan on bringing in a treasurer as well, not only because it will help with the budgeting and stuff, but also in executive decisions, and uh, it just brings a new,
It's a more
fresh,
clear definition
set
of
of eyes.
roles.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Your manifesto proposes several specific events, including a Solidarity with Ukraine event, Religious Week, and a trip to Divokazasta. Are there some events planned or in the making for the PPE Society during this semester? And if so, what are they?
Right. So there's some events that Liz and Sophie already had planned,
Yeah.
and like they had a cabin trip. We're happy to let them continue managing that, even when we're presidents. You know, they're in charge of finishing up how that's run.
Yep.
For some new events, we definitely want to do the Devoka Sharka trip uh, sometime within when it's a little bit warmer, obviously, but this semester. The religious week and maybe the Ukraine event we're thinking of maybe doing next semester. We're not 100% sure, but the religious week especially is going to take a lot of planning.
Yep.
So we're going to wait a little bit for that one. But we have at least Devoka Sharka, and like I said, we're going to be voting on some events, so you guys are going to be voting to help us decide what we're going to be doing this semester.
So the concrete sort of event that's 100% going to happen is the camping trip, cabin trip. Sorry, not
Cabin,
camp.
yeah, the cabin
It's the
trip
same thing
with Liz and Sophie.
Yeah, with Liz and Sophie. It's the last hurrah. They've put a lot of work into it, and I believe people should go. And it'll be a great event. I'm very sure. About Devoka Sharka, it's again we're in concrete talks with Professor Brown, Spetchan, and we want to make it happen, and hopefully we will be able to.
It should be pretty
Yeah.
easy. It's gonna be a pool, a
Yeah.
pub. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
That's great. You guys seem
fun
pretty
in the
organized so
summer.
far.
Yeah.
That's great. Last but not least, and once again, how do you envision PPE Society after you leave?
Better. We wanna leave some institutions that will last beyond us, like this club council idea. Interestingly, we went through Liz and Sophie's old manifesto. They actually had a similar idea with the
Yeah.
club council, but it just didn't quite materialize.
Mhm.
And there's some ideas that they had that we think were really great, and we want to help pursue those ideas as well. So like the club council is probably for me, it's my biggest thing. I really want to get clubs organized, and I want to get them to where they're able to effectively discuss and schedule things in a cooperative way. And I think the club council will be very instrumental in that for not just this year but future years.
Yeah, and adding on to that, I don't like, as I've previously said, that I don't expect people to make statues of outside. You don't need to.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, I'm open to it, but but also one of our biggest sort of goals is also to sort of put more eyes into what PPE actually is, like politics, philosophy, economics. We want to make sure that our degree is seen as more attractive, and a lot of it goes to do with the social media cycle, especially the posting cycle and the collabs we do. So we have some stuff that we have got planned, and this sort of structure is sort of something that can be followed on by later societies, later cohorts, and it's something that we we hope that in the future, like due to our jobs and due to our sort of efforts into doing like not only the clubs but also diversity, but also like social media promotion, we hopefully will create a better program out of it. Yeah.
That's great. You guys are officially president and vice president of the PPE Society for
Co-presidents.
2026.
Co-presidents.
Co-presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any additional comments? Anything else you want to say to PPE students?
We love you.
And again, thank you for actually voting, whoever it is that you did vote for, because we more than doubled the amount of people that voted last year. We hope that it's a sort of trajectory towards more people participating next year. Although I don't believe that we'll be running, right?
No,
But we will not be running. That's a promise that we've given you already. But yeah, I think it's only onwards and upwards, and we're really looking forward to what this year holds for us, right?
Yep.
That's great. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for being such nice interviewees.
Well, thank you for
And-
being
Yeah,
such a nice
you're-
interviewer.
Yeah.
And thank you. See you next time.